Your 20-year-old Caitlyn Paddy, she would obviously spend her Friday afternoon in so many different ways as a student of Wits Universities. But she decided today to come here to UNISA, where this national convention that kickstarts the national dialogue is taking place, and says that she wants to be part of finding the solutions. I found her story quite interesting, and let's talk to her. Caitlyn, thank you very much for your time. You are a student at Wits, you are 20 years old, and you're part of the youth that the president said must be front and center of this conversation. What are you here for?
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity to be here, and I'm excited to actually be able to be part of this conversation that is happening. But as a member of the youth, what I'm actually wanting to see here is actual tangible change coming from these dialogues. It is something that I see as being beneficial, but I'm being really more realistically optimistic about the type of situation that we're having right now. A lot of the youth have a lot of questions about whether or not this is going to be effective, whether or not we're going to be seeing actual change happening, especially when it comes to questions of university life, of being able to secure jobs, the high unemployment rate. When it comes to concerns such as environmental issue, especially when it comes to concerns such as the GBV issue that we currently have in South Africa, these are things that the youth is quite particularly interested in, and it's something that I'm also interested in myself. This is why I actually came to attend today, to not only to see what the dialogue is and to understand what this national dialogue is going to look like, but also to see if we can be able to properly give our voices in, and to see that it's actually an effective mechanism for us to speak on these issues and to get tangible change from it. This is why I'm actually came here, and this is something that I think a lot of the youth is focused on right now.
And from the opening session, are you optimistic at all?
From the opening session, I am still hesitantly optimistic about it. It is something that really sparked some hope. However, when looking at the type of conversations that we had and seeing how the event was being run, it is something that I'm still a little bit hesitant on to see if we're going to really go fully through with it. The one thing that was optimistic was when I heard that we're going to lower the budget for the entire thing, but we'll see how that works.
And so obviously this type of conversation has to come to campuses, and university students playing an important role. Do you see any role for yourself in this conversation unfolding at university level?
I actually do see a conversation like this unfolding at a university level, especially for somebody like myself. I see this happening if it is effective and it is the way that they want to run it, being a place for a lot of students to come together and congregate and actually speak our voices on these situations that we're having and voice our opinions on these type of things. I think that if done effectively and done correctly, this is definitely a space for a lot of people, including myself, to actually participate in such a dialogue.
There are usually many concerns from young people that they are seen to be separate from discussions and that they are not seen to be affected by the other conversations. So issues around GBV, for example, like you highlighted, issues around corruption also affect young people. So how do you see the conversation catering for the youth, number one? And number two, what is going to get young people involved in this dialogue?
So how to catering to it. I think the same way that we've done now, where we have these different themes that we're going to be going to speak about. If we do something like that with the youth spaces, especially when we're going to the university, we can see that as a way to cater to the many different discussions that the youth have, especially when it comes to things such as GBV, corruption, all these things that do actually impact us. And I think, especially when we're thinking about with the youth voice and the fact that we feel like we're very isolated, it is something that many of us youth feel. We feel that when we voice our opinions, it gets disregarded. And this is a space that we can actually see that happening, where we will see ourselves being more heard in a space and being able to have a better dialogue in the situation. So I think we could cater to it if we have these different themes and have these different discussions. And I think especially because of the different themes that we have, catering to a wide range of topics, this is something that will definitely cater to a lot more voices in the youth that we have there.
Thank you very much. That was Caitlyn Paddy, 20-year-old Wits University student, coming here to see how she can play a role in furthering the voice of young South Africans, with a particular focus on unemployment as well as issues facing students at university level. Now, you could hear from that conversation that there's no shortage of optimism and enthusiasm, and you see that unfolding across spectrums and across the people that we have interacted with here today. People are really, really interested in the future of South Africa. It's what motivated many people to come here, some of them taking from their personal time, some of them taking off work to come and participate. And so from that sign alone, and if that has to serve as a signal, I think it's an optimistic start where people are saying, how can I get involved? Even people like Caitlyn, who is as young as 20 years old.